What's up guys, this is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncourt.com. Today we have a quick look at the upcoming Air Jordan 9 Retro in the Birmingham Barons colorway. I pre-ordered these over at sneakercrew.com. If you wanted to grab them now, you can do so as well, or you can wait till their release date, which is on the 5th. Retail I believe is going to be $170, and I'm also going to go into some brief Jordan history. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so just about the shoe real quick. This is the Birmingham Barons colorway. It's a minor league team over in Chicago that Jordan played on after his first retirement with the Chicago Bulls. So they take that kind of like White Sox looking colorway, which is this. Also Oakland Raiders if you're a Bay Area fan, or not fan, but a Bay Area native like myself. And then they put it on the shoe, which is pretty interesting. So some of the features on the shoe is basically an entire leather upper. Even the rand here is leather. And then you have a really thin, kind of cheap split grain, but it's soft, I'll give it that, so it feels good on the upper. I like this leather on the gray part. It's a little bit thicker than this stuff here. And then they also put in a little bit of like a weird kind of glittery look to it, which I think is pretty cool. And that's usually what the nubuck versions look like, with that little glitter like hit to the rand area. So the fact that they did that, I thought it was pretty neat. I also like the matte finish on the midsole. I think it looks really clean. And then the rest of the features are very, Air Jordan 9-esque, where you have the Air Jordan on the tongue with the mesh inner booty and the speed lace system. On the back of the shoe you have the pull tab here, which also is laced with 3M. You have the Jordan emblem on top of the globe, which represents the globalization of basketball back in 1994. MJ made that game so big that it went all the way overseas and people just loved the sport. So this shoe really embodied that. You also have the 45 here, which again was for his jersey with the Barons, not with Chicago. And then on the outsole, again paying homage to the globalization of basketball, you have all of the different languages here, which I can't remember what they say, but it has something to do with basketball. You have the globe, you have 1994, some kanji, and then you also have the 23 with Jordan in the back, or actually Jordan's logo with the 23 in the backdrop. Yeah, overall quality is okay. The craftsmanship I think is really on point. The material quality is lacking a little bit, but most Jordan 9s do. They always use like this really cheap thin leather up here, which, it is what it is. Oh, something I also forgot is that the interior is pinstriped, which is like a White Sox thing and the Barons thing. So it also reminds me of Orlando Magic with the Penny series and stuff like that. And then you have a black insole with a white Jumpman. As far as the fit goes, I go with a size 9, so I go true to size. If anything, I go up half a size, because sometimes right here it pinches on my feet a little bit. But yeah, I would not go down half a size in these guys. So once again, I grabbed these over at sneakercrew.com. If again you're interested, you can go ahead and do that now. Or you can just wait until the 5th. I don't know if these are going to sell out or not. It's kind of a weird release, but it's definitely a unique release. So this I think is a little bit more for collectors, and I'll tell you why right now. So back in 1994, MJ, his dad, passed away unfortunately. He was murdered. I believe it was on the side of the road. They just found his car there and all that stuff. I think he got tired. He pulled off the road to sleep a little bit, and somebody went up to his car, and that was it. So there's more detail, but I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't really like going over that kind of stuff. And but yeah, so basically he retired. He had won his third straight ring with the Chicago Bulls, and with his retirement, Jordan is the type of person where he's like really competitive, so he can't sit still. So basically what he ended up doing was going to play baseball. This is actually something him and his father had shared as far as a passion goes when he was a child. And so he went to the Birmingham Barons. His original jersey number back when he was a kid, supposedly I think was 45, so I think that's why he chose it. I'm not positive on that. It could have been his brother's jersey number, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100%. So if you do know what it is, just let me know. Leave it in the comments. Let somebody know. That way, I'm not spreading false information. I'm almost positive this is his brother's number, but again, I can't remember. But anyways, so he started playing for the Birmingham Barons, and afterwards, he went back to play basketball. But during his stay with the baseball team, he actually did wear the Jordan 9, and he wore an all-black version, and it was a cleated version. which means that this whole like outsole here was not there. It was like a metal cleat for baseball. And I don't think he ever wore a white base colorway. I'm pretty sure they were always black. Now, as everybody knows, Jordan couldn't stay away from the game too long, so what he ended up doing was going back to the NBA, and by that time it was already the following season. So the Air Jordan 9 was no longer the current Air Jordan model, and he was actually wearing the Air Jordan 10. So this is the shoe that he wore when he came back. It was a big deal for everybody, even people that weren't, you know, hardcore Jordan fans or basketball fans. It was literally a big deal. Like, this dude globalized the game, period. So for him to come back, it was pretty nuts. And he wore this shoe right here, the Chicago 10s. These things are classics. This has his 85 to 94 career stats, and this is exactly, you know, directly after this. So he was retired when this shoe first came out. Now, all of his teammates wore these things, or they weren't his teammates at the time, but, you know, Scottie Pippen, the Bulls. I also think it was the first time when we saw other professional athletes wear some of his shoes, specific in like PE colorways. So you had players like Nick Anderson, I believe, over in Orlando. He was wearing a royal blue pair, and then you also had Mitch Richmond in Sacramento, and then there was others, of course, that wore them as well. So when Jordan came back, he wore this colorway, and his had the 45 stitched right here, which was awesome. Now, one of the ironic things is that they, as in Chicago, made it all the way to the playoffs that season, and he was wearing this shoe. Then they ended up matching up with, I believe, the Orlando Magic, and they were going up against a player, Nick Anderson, that was wearing Jordan's shoe, and he was wearing it in the white with the royal blue here. One of the funny things is, though, is that during that playoff series, Jordan actually stopped wearing the Air Jordan 10, and he ended up wearing a shoe that he was not supposed to or allowed to wear at that moment. And that was the Concord Air Jordan 11. These guys, as everybody knows, Tinker was told to stop making Air Jordans because Jordan was retired back when these things were supposed to have gotten kind of kick-started in the design process, because it happened so far in advance compared to when they actually release. So yes, the Kobe 9 was designed way before Kobe actually, you know, tore his Achilles. However, you know, we're not going to get into that. But anyways, so Jordan was wearing these guys here, and then again he got picked by a player wearing his own sneaker, and they lost the series and all that stuff. He actually got in trouble for wearing these. I don't remember if it was through the league or through Nike or both. But I know he wasn't supposed to wear these things at that time, and then I believe he got fined, so which makes me believe it was probably the league, because this actually did not match their uniform requirements, which was strange because it was just a white and black shoe. Like, how did this not match? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see what the big deal was. So he ended up wearing the Space Jam version, basically, which I don't think was Space Jam. I think they were actually just like black Concords, but nobody knows for sure. I don't even know for sure, but if you do, then again, leave it in the comment section and all that stuff. But basically, he went from wearing these guys here on the field to wearing these guys here on the court to wearing these guys here prematurely and getting fined and all that stuff, which ended up leading him to, you know, continue his career and then win 3 more championships after that season. So I think that was pretty cool. It all started with this whole thing right here, the 45. We've seen sample images or products with the 45 on these guys. We've seen samples with the 45 on these guys, and yeah, so it's pretty dope that there's actually a shoe that came out with the 45 on the back, especially since Jordan has said many times that he does not like that number. He considers it bad luck. So I know that my history probably wasn't like completely 100% solid and accurate, but it's just based off of my memory. So you know, this is just what I remember as a kid. Again, this is like 1994-95 season, and I mean, we're in like 2014 right now, so I was like super young when that happened. So I don't remember everything like play by play, you know what I mean? So but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to know more about that stuff, just Google or Wikipedia the whole thing, or try to find some old Jordan documentaries. I can't remember the name of any of them right now, but I used to have them all on VHS, but they were awesome. But yeah, you'll see highlights of all of that stuff. So But yeah, again, these guys come out in a week and a half almost, so I do like the colorway. If you want to see what they look like on feet, you can always follow me on Instagram. The reason why I don't do them in the video anymore is because right behind here, right back here, it's just trashed. So there's shoes all over the place from basketball and all that stuff. So but yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. Everything is Nightwing2303, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching again. Thanks for all your support, and hopefully I didn't botch Jordan's history too much. It's again just based off of my own memory, which isn't the best as it is. So thank you guys again, and until next time, have a good one.